Hi guys, I'm going to talk about shot correction after a miss today. A lot of the time you see hunting videos where someone shoots at an animal, they send it over or under, and their buddy makes a correction for him and says, you're just over the top, or just over his back, or just underneath him. Essentially, the person making the correction isn't necessarily giving any good information. The correction should be a measurable amount, and we're going to walk through a handful of those scenarios. So, number one is figuring out, do you even need to make a correction? So, in order to know that, the shooter has to know whether or not they placed a good shot. So what does that mean? Going through the steps here, was the shot good? I.e., did they have a good trigger press? Did they have good breathing control? Did they have good sight alignment? And was the correct dope or data implemented into the scope? If the answer is yes to all of those things, then you'll make a shot correction. If the answer is no to any of those things, you will need to re-engage, okay? If you had the wrong dope dial, change your dope, re-engage with the same solution that you had previously. You can only make a shot correction when the fundamentals and the foundation is technically sound. So let's just pretend they did everything right and you still have a miss. Whether it be high, low, left or right, it doesn't matter. You need to know where the correction is or what the correction is. So, number two, if you're a spotter or a hunting buddy or whatever, you need to give a measurement correction. So, that's either gonna be in minutes of angle or inches, in mils or in target size. So for this example, we're just gonna use MOA. It's very common in the hunting world, in the hunting realm. We're just gonna go with MOA right now. The same can be implemented with mils. So, for example, a lot of people's reticles in their scope are gonna look something like this. This, for this example, is just half MOA increments. That means each stadia line here is worth half a MOA. Okay, blown up on a E-type silhouette target, it's gonna look something like this, okay? So for this example, you have a left to right wind. You make your shot, your point of aim is here, your point of impact is off of target, okay? If you look at your reticle closely, you have numbers representing value. So in this case, each bigger stadia line is going to be 1 MOA. For this example, that's just what we're doing. So you have 1, 2, 3 MOA. So your splash, this is a splash right here, this is your miss. You'll usually see dirt, water, something like that kick up where the bullet lands. It happens to be at 3 MOA on your reticle. Okay, you did everything good, everything, trigger press, everything was good. Now you need to make a correction because your wind data was off, or your wind hold or whatever. So the correction would be 3 MOA left. So that's 1 shot, 1 correction. It should put you right back on target, okay? The minimum correction needed, whether it's left or right, or elevationally, up or down, is 1/2 the size of the target, every time. You don't want to walk your correction in incrementally, if that makes sense. So if you're 3 MOA off, back to this example, technically 1 MOA should put you right on this edge of the target, but you're hoping for center, right? This 1 MOA, if you're going to incrementally adjust, could also make you miss again. You could be just off of target a second time. So in order to combat that, you make a correction half the size of the target in your MOA or mill reticle. So for this example, left and right, our target is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to call that 5 MOA wide. That means the minimum correction, if you are off of target on either side, left or right, is going to be 2.5 MOA. Well, the correct one is 3 MOA based off of the splash on the first target. So 2.5 will get you still pretty center on target. That's the minimum correction. And the same is done elevationally. Okay? Now, some people don't have a reticle with stadia lines, whether it be an MOA or mills. Sometimes you can have a reticle that looks more like this. It's like your old school Leupold 3-9 style optic. Okay? Now we can't use a reticle with stadia lines in this example. So we're left to using either inches or feet or size of the target itself. Okay? Pardon the deer drawing. This is just a quick freehand sketch so that you guys get the rough idea. Okay? So let's say you're shooting at a deer. This is your point of aim and your impact is high or just over the back. Okay? If you're a good spotter, you're going to give a correction in either inches or feet, something that's easily relatable to the shooter. You are 2 feet high. You are a foot low. Come up 1 foot. Come down 2 feet. Or if you're going to be the person that's, hey, you're just over his back, give the correction, hold just below the belly. Okay? So that's using the target in size of the target. Or come down 1 deer's body height. Or up, depending on the direction that the miss was. So that is shot correction in a nutshell. Don't just tell somebody, hey, you shot over his back, you're just off the left edge. Give them a measurable correction. Come right 2 MOA. Come down a mil. Whatever it is, be the person that gives a good shot correction and not someone that just states the obvious after a miss.